After watching this video, you'll be able to completely change your life. This is a proven way, so proven that it's the way that I've changed my life and changed the life of others. If you are ready to do the work and you are sick and tired of continuously struggling to change yourself, after watching this video, you'll be able to take action and actually change your life. So if you're ready to do the work, watch the end of this video and take some notes and be ready to implement them. My name is Dearenee, and you're going to see in this video how I changed my life and how you can change your life within the next 3 years. It doesn't have to be on a 3-year time scale, but I just wanted to throw a random number out there. But 3 years can actually do a lot, but also 1 year can do a lot. 6 months can do a lot. 7 months can do a lot. A year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it can all do a lot. So it's just about how long are you ready and how serious are you to actually doing the work. But let's get straight into today's video. So I'm going to show you the difference 3 years can make. So if you look from left to right, you are seeing the growth that I've had. And this is not all within 3 years. This is from 20, so let's say 5 to 6 years ago. Some of this is from 3 years ago, and this is the last 3 years. But this is when I was 18. This is also when I was 18, sadly, and so is this. But this is now that I'm 20. So I'm showing you the difference that 2 years can make. 3 years can make. From here to here is really different. Look at my physique in terms of difference. Look at my mindset. I no longer smoke, I no longer drink, I no longer vape. 3 years can actually change your life. So if you're willing to do the work, willing to put your head down and seriously change your life, you will see drastic changes. At this point in time, I thought this was the best version I could possibly be. I truly believe that this little youth with the, I can't remember what brand that is, I think that's Louis Vuitton, the Louis Vuitton belt with all these gold chains that I got from AliExpress, I think, or some next Chinese website, all these chains that I got on, covering my face, thinking I was some bad man on the street. At this point in time, I believe this was the best version of myself. But lo and behold, I'm 20, and there's a better version of me that is being produced as we speak as of right now. The best version of myself is still yet in production. So, I say to you today, whatever stage you are in your life right now, whether you are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, or even above 20, even let's say in your 30s, the journey is never over. You can always change yourself. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter what situation you currently believe you are in, you will be able to change yourself. And the reason why you can always do that is because of the next point, and additionally the first point, which is shift your mindset into the person you dream of becoming. So I've spoken about this in a lot of videos, about shifting your mindset into the person you dream of becoming. Because when you shift your mindset into the person you dream of becoming, you basically become the person who's able to do the thing which you dream of doing. So let's say, for example, you dream to become an entrepreneur. What would be the most viable and best thing for you to do? The best thing for you to do would be to shift your mindset into that person's mind. Because when you put your mind to that person's mind, you now pick up this person's habits. You pick up this person's traits. You now pick up this person's tonality. You pick up their articulation. You pick up their way of life. And when you pick these things up, you basically become that person. The whole point of fake it till you make it, they are borderline correct, but it's not fake it till you make it. It's do it until you become it. So for you to become it, you must first be able to do it. But you can't do it if you never become that person or put your mindset into the person who can do it. So why is it extremely important to do this? Because we become what we think about. And this is a generational known law, that we become what we think about. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So we know for a fact that as we think, whatever we think within our mind, we become that. So when you sow negative thoughts, when you sow positive thoughts, that is what you become. So it's all about how you think. Everything starts from the mind. The mind is essentially our superpower. There's a saying that I love, and it is, the human mind is the 8th greatest, now I'm gonna come out, I butchered it. But it's basically saying that it's the most hidden wonder of the world, the most undiscovered wonder of the world, because we don't understand everything about the human mind. As much as we would love to, we don't. Why does planting positive feedback into your mind actually benefit you? What does it lead towards? Sure, there's things that can back it up, such as you're getting a positive feedback loop. When you have all these positive things happening in your life, it just makes you feel better, sure. But what is the actual reason? Why is a positive thought in my mind leading to positive results within the real world? Why can my mind affect the real world? These are things that we don't understand. But from the Bible it says, for as he thinketh in his heart, it's right here, I didn't even realize I put it there. Proverbs 23 verse 7, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So when you think about these things, whatever you think about, if you put your mindset into the person of whatever you dream of becoming, you put your mindset into that person's mind, bang, you become that person. And you work hard enough until you truly become that person. So, farmer and the land. Well, yeah, farmer and land. The land doesn't care about what the farmer plants, neither does the human mind. If the farmer plants poison, the land will produce poison. And if you plant failure, your mind will produce failure. So what does this mean? So the story of the farmer and the land. It's basically a story where, it's not even a story, it's reality. No matter what a farmer puts into the ground will produce whatever the farmer reaps. The ground don't care if it's poison. The ground don't care if it's a thorn. The ground doesn't care what gets planted. All the ground knows is, this has come into the ground. If I have enough nutrition to feed this plant, I will feed this plant. Whatever it grows into, it will grow into that. The land doesn't ask no question. The land just produces whatever the farmer sows. And the human mind is just like that. The human mind won't say to you, please, stop doing drugs. Stop thinking negative things about yourself. Stop doing these things. The human mind won't do that to you. Whatever you produce within your mind, if you say to yourself, you are ugly, your mind's not going to say to you, no, don't say you're ugly. Your mind's just going to be like, okay, then I'm ugly. That's all that's going to happen. Because your mind will make you reap whatever you sow. You sow negative thoughts, you get back negative feedback, essentially. You get back negative rewards. So the whole point is that you want to sow positive things because your mind doesn't care what you sow. Your mind is not going to defend you. If you don't defend yourself, your mind won't defend you. But when you defend yourself, your mind will defend you. So you have to ensure that you build up a positive feedback loop. You have to ensure that the things that you plant within yourself are positive because sadly, your mind won't stop them. Your mind won't come and uproot all those negative thoughts in your mind. If anything, your mind will just continue to nurture them. And when you think negatively, all you see is negativity. The majority of people who say that they hate the opposite gender or they have so much hate inside of their hearts, the reason is because they sowed so much negativity. All they see is negativity. So your life becomes exactly what you think about. That's why the saying is, we become what we think about. Because when you think negatively, all you get back is negativity. So the whole point is that you want to ensure that what you sow is positivity. And you sow successful seeds within yourself. Because when you do this, that's exactly what you'll reap. Proverbs 23 verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Think about what your dream version of you would be doing. Who are they spending time with? What their goals and aspirations are. I wrote this on last time, but what are their goals and aspirations? Essentially, what would dream you be doing? Because when you think about these things, then you have something to act towards. What would a dream version of yourself be doing? What are they doing? Are they smoking, drinking, partying in a club? Or are they working on their business? Are they trying to provide for their future family? Are they performing under the arts of delayed gratification? Are they pertinacious with their goal? What are they doing? Who are they spending time with? Are they spending time with people who are consistently knocking down their goals? Are they spending time with the friends who they know they should be neglecting? What is that person doing? Because most likely the dream version of you is not doing that. The dream version of you has exalted themselves. Not like that, not like prideful thing, but they've worked so hard to the point where they're in a different office than what they started in. They're no longer on the streets with their friends. They're no longer doing that. They're now inside of a better place with better people who care about their future. What are their goals and aspirations? Are they still thinking about the small goals? Like, for example, my goal now is probably going to be a drop in the ocean compared to what my future goals will be. Because the future me is going to be in a lot better position than I am. So that's the whole point. I want to get to a stage where I achieve the goals which I have now, to the point where when I'm living at that point in time, I'll have a new goal. And that goal will be so big that if I was to show it to me now, I wouldn't even comprehend it. Like, I probably can't even comprehend right now the goals which I may have in the future because I can't comprehend it. There's certain aspects of life that I have not seen yet. So I don't even know if it's possible for me to even enter there. But the future me would know. And that's exactly what his goal would be. So you have to make that also your standing point. What would their goals be? So when you think about their goals, you have something to work towards. Once you do this, write it down and care for it. Water the mindset like the farmer would water and care for his best plants. As you do this, work steadily towards your goal and it will become reality. So the whole point is that you don't want to just have this mindset. You don't want to just shift your mindset into that person's mindset or the mindset of the person you're becoming. Because what would that do if you don't act upon it? The whole point is that you must act upon it. You must write it down and care for it. Because imagine you was a farmer. Imagine you was to plant an apple tree and your sole source of income is apple trees. And you planted apple trees, but you also planted orange trees. But you know your sole source of income and the best thing that sells for you on the market is apples. But the only thing you water are the orange trees. At that point in time, you'll be setting yourself up. Because you have exactly what you need right in front of you. But instead of working on it, you decide to negate yourself onto something that you know you shouldn't be working on towards. So the whole point is that water your apple tree. You have this mindset, you can see the mindset's there, water it, take care of it, nurture it, write it down, care for it. Every single day, look at it. It doesn't have to be every single day, but just think about it. Think about it to the point where you start doing work which aligns you with that said topic. So if your goal is for you to become a content creator, not every single day you must have to dream that, okay, then I'm going to become a content creator. But every single day you do something towards it. So when you work towards the goal, now the goal has become you. Your identity is part of that goal, which is the best way to do it. The whole point of shifting your mindset to the person you dream of becoming, because you're trying to change your identity into that person. So work towards it. Work steadily towards it. That's what I said earlier. It's not fake it till you make it. It's do it until you become it. And that's point number 1. Point number 2, develop positive habits. Now, this is one of the most important things, because developing positive habits will genuinely change your life. And it's standard. Literally, the word positive is inside of it. But not a lot of people will listen to that and actually take effect onto it. They will say, okay, then, it's a positive thing to do, but is there even a point to doing it? There's a point to doing it. Adopting positive habits will genuinely change your life. Whether they're small habits, big habits, important habits or not. No matter what it is, it will change your life. And the number one I want you to have is be prepared to show up every day. The days when you have 50% left in the tank and you give that 50%, you gave 100% effort. So the whole point is that it's not every single day you have to come and do 100% or you have to do better than you did yesterday. Yes, that's sure. It's important to do that. But we are humans. We're not robots. We can't every single day improve, like completely. I'm talking about, let's say, for example, today you ran 10K. You can't go and run 15K tomorrow. You can't really do it. Sure, you can try, but your body will be tired. Physical factors are definitely in play. So the whole point is that the days when you give 50% and all you had was 50% left, you've given 100% effort. So this is for me to, if anything, this should be motivation to you, to show you that you can show up every single day. Even if you have 1% inside the tank, and you show up and you gave that 1%, and then you went back to rest the other 99%. Just because you gave that 1% at that point in time, you gave 100% effort. And this is not to build up complacency, but it's to actually motivate you to ensure that you show up every single day. You do the small things that you can do. I saw a TikTok about this today about don't avoid the good, or don't make perfect, that's it. Don't make perfect make you avoid the good. If you think every single day you can run for 30 minutes, but one day you only have 10 minutes spare to run, don't not run because you don't have 30 minutes. You're still going to run. Still do that 10 minutes because it is still good. It's not perfect. You're perfect. Perfect to you may have been 30 minutes. However, good is still good. You can't negate from the good. Good is still something that you still want to do. So, be prepared to show up every single day. When you build up this habit, you will never miss anything. I've heard there's a saying that, not even I heard it as a saying, there's a saying I definitely agree with, which is, no one is lucky. People are just there every single day. The majority of people who get lucky, they never miss luck. Because they're there every single day. They're working every single day. If you work every single day, you can never miss luck. It's like you see with the school fights, when people always talk about school fights, like, oh, the one day that they miss school is the one day when there's a school fight. Well, because they missed that one day, I don't know why they want to see a school fight so badly, but the one day that they missed that school day is when everything inside happened. But the person who showed up every single day, who didn't miss a day of school, he saw everything. He saw every single last bit of it. So when you show up every single day, you are able to get lucky. You are able to never miss anything. You don't miss anything in the slightest. And that's exactly what you want. You want to be doing the things that you know you should be doing as consistently as possible. Because when you do it as consistently as possible, you never miss out on your opportunity to be lucky. There's a scripture in the Bible, I think it's Ecclesiastes 6:10 or it's Ecclesiastes 9:11, one of them two, but it's basically where Solomon goes on to say that the hard-working man doesn't get successful because of his hard work, or there's other examples that he gave, but he said everything is down to time and chance. So when you are there, you have to be there at the right time to reap your rewards for the right chance. Because if you aren't there, you've missed out. But guess what? If you show up every single day, the right time will eventually come for you to be there to reap your rewards for the correct chance. But if you don't show up every single day, you will definitely miss out. Additionally, building up as many positive habits as possible. Going to the gym, meditation, high quality sleep, daily deep work, maintaining a healthy diet, reading, skincare routine, etc. These habits alone will allow you to see drastic changes. But when they compound together, you'll become a whole new version of yourself. And it is completely true. If you start going to the gym today, and you also start meditating today, and you also improve your sleep today, and you also start doing daily deep work, whether it's 1 to 2 hours that you do towards your business, and then you start maintaining a healthy diet, and you start reading skincare, you do all these sorts of positive habits, you start investing your money, what would you look like in 3 years? In 3 years, what would you look like? Your physique would change, your mindset would change, your bank would change, so much would change about you. People will look at you and think, what happened to you? And all you could say to them was, I built up positive habits in the last 3 years. Because that's literally it. You build up these positive habits and you never stop them. And once you do this as consistently as possible, you will see a whole new version of yourself be produced. Not just a whole new, different habit. Not only is your physique changing, not only is your mindset changing, not only is your finances changing, no. The whole shebang changes. You change. You change. And there's no other reason why you should not want to develop positive habits. Once you start these habits, never give up. Because all of the wins are being stored up into a bank. The plateau of latent potential. And what this basically means is that over here is what you think should happen and what exactly happens. So sadly, the majority of people think results will be a linear line towards the time. So they think, okay, then I start today, tomorrow I'm going to see progress. Okay, tomorrow I'm also going to see progress. I'm also going to see progress there. But the plateau of latent potential shows exactly what should happen. And what should happen is nothing. Nothing happens for quite a while of time. And then there's slow growth, slow growth, slow growth. And when it all compounds, now there's steep growth. And now you've ended up, hey, I've gone too forward. But now you've ended up in a better position than you started in. And a better position than you thought you would. Because with your mindset, you were thinking, okay, I'm probably going to get to this level of results. But because you never gave up, and you stopped caring about, okay, what I think will happen, you just said, okay, I'm just care about what will actually happen. Look where the results are. And that's the best part. Sadly, everyone quits within this gap. In this gap, it is called the valley of disappointment. Instead of the valley of disappointment, it is I started a business and I stopped within 2 to 3 weeks because it wasn't working. It is YouTube and dropshipping and e-commerce and online ways to make money is all saturated. It is, I went to the gym, but I didn't see any progress after a month, so I'm not going back. All of that is in there. Every single last bit of it is in there. But as you can see, all of their results were underneath this. But the results that they were expecting is just through this plateau. It's just through this valley. Once you get out of that, that is when you see all of the wins. The saying that the man worked 15 years to become an overnight sensation, it is genuinely true. So many people that happens to so many people, where they've worked hard, they worked their socks off, and bang, overnight the world realizes it. And at that point in time, that's when they become an overnight sensation. So, develop positive habits and never give them up. Always water them. Continue to work on them and never give them up. Because if you don't, you'll see a different change in you in 3 years. It doesn't have to be 3 years. For me, sure, I've been going to the gym for 5 years, but daily deep work, I've only been doing it for a year. And look at the changes. I've seen so many changes in my life. Healthy diet. When I was in school, I was not really maintaining a healthy diet. But when I left school, I started to maintain a better diet, which was for about 2 years, which is why you can see my physique got a lot better from this is when I was 15, 16. This is when I was 17. This is when I was 18. And this is where I am now 20. As my diet started to improve, you can actually see changes. And now I've even changed my diet as of right now because I want to make even more changes and more improvements. So, when you develop these habits, you never stop them. Because as I'm doing it now, I'm seeing more progress getting done consistently. Skincare, high quality of sleep, even reading. I used to hate reading when I was younger. But now that I've started reading, I've seen it helps me a lot with videos. It gives me a lot more ideas. Even the plateau of latent potential, I got it from the Atomic Habits. All of the knowledge is hidden in books. So if I did not build that positive habit, I would never have found it. So the whole point is that when you build up these positive habits, the knowledge that you acquire and the version of yourself that you'll become, it's unprecedented. You will never even understand it. But within 3 years, you'll see everything that you desire. The next point is prune negative habits. So it's equally as important in my mind. Oh wait, I didn't even have it right here. It's equally as important to prune negative habits as well as add positive habits. If you start going to the gym but never sort out your diet, your sleep, or your mindset, you will never see any growth. So this is a very important thing because a lot of people think that, okay, I'm just going to start doing my positive habits without pruning my negative habits. And the thing about this is that you will struggle to do that because you can start going to the gym, but if you don't go to sleep properly, if you don't eat enough, and if your mindset is weak, you will not go to the gym again. You can go to the gym for a month, but let's say, for example, you go to the gym now, and you stay eating the exact same diet, the exact same thing. Sure, you may see some parts getting leaned out because you're working hard in the gym, but because you've never changed your diet, the desired body that you have will not come to you. Especially if you start eating you've always been eating a high calorie saturated, all of these bad things type of diet, you will not see the version that you dream of becoming come to reality, because you have not changed anything. Sure, you've changed going to the gym, but you still have the negative habits behind the scenes. So the whole point is that as you adopt positive habits, you need to prune negative habits. You want to go to the gym, well, sort out your diet. When you start doing all these things, you'll start to see that everything starts to fall in line. Because as you start going to the gym more, you become tired. And then as you become tired, your sleep starts to improve because you're going to sleep earlier and you're getting a higher quality of sleep. So it's like a double-edged sword. As you start to do the positive habits, the negative habits will prune themselves. But if you never prune it yourself, trust me, they will stay there forever. And that's also part why I said your mindset, because your diet, your sleep, yeah, but I think your mindset is probably even more important, because if you go to the gym but you're too scared to go to failure, you won't see any improvements. The whole point is that you have to go to failure, if not every session, as many sessions as possible, because the real growth happens after failure. That is when your muscle has reached its fullest potential, and then that's when the muscle starts to grow. So you will never see any growth if you don't sort out your mindset, your sleep, and your diet inside of the gym. But that you can extrapolate that into all forms of habits. If you don't prune the negative habits, the positive habits really won't change much, because you are still doing them. Habits are a double-edged sword. They can work for you or against you. So as I said, it is equally as important to add positive habits as it is to prune negative habits. Because if you just continue to add positive habits and you never prune the negative habits, you won't see any change. And if you just prune the negative habits but you don't add anything positive on top, you will not see a change either. So it's important that you equally do both, because they are both, it's as important as breathing in and breathing out. You have to do both. Quitting habits such as smoking/vaping, drinking, excessive partying, secular music, porn, etc. will benefit you just as much as adding on positive habits. So even if you, let's say for example, you don't start going to the gym today, but you stop smoking, you stop drinking, you will still see changes in your life. You'll see so many changes in your life. Because as you prune these negative habits, you prune these things which are stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. You don't have to start instantly adopting positive habits. But as you see, when you stop those things, you're like, okay, I have all this time in the world now, I may as well do something good. And that is why the positive habits start to come. So just by stopping them, you will see that you will still see growth. But obviously, you want to be doing the positive habits, because that's where the growth will come. If you sort out the negative habits, you will just get back into a position before you started the negative habits. But with positive habits, you can see yourself become a completely whole new version of yourself. Your mind doesn't care what habits you plant. You will reap whatever you sow. Galatians 6:7. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So, as I said before, your mind don't care. As I said earlier about the farm and the land. The land don't care what the farmer plants. Your mind don't care what you plant. So if you plant consistent habits of going to the club every single day, getting drunk out of your head, waking up the next day hammered next to somebody who you don't even know, your mind won't stop you. You'll consistently do that for the rest of your life, until the day when you say, no, I have to stop this. But until that day, your mind will continue to make you reap what you sow. Pruning these negative habits will free you up time and energy, causing your whole journey to be easier and more effective. So it's not like you have to prune the negative habits, but if you don't prune the negative habits, your journey and your time, it will just be so much of a struggle, because you'll struggle to find time to sleep if you consistently go to the club in the night. You will struggle to have a good diet if you consistently have McDonald's. You will struggle to go on runs if you smoke and vape every single day, because your lungs. And then when you're, and if you, like, there's so many negative things that will happen. So it's a thing of, it's not like you have to prune the negative habits, but if you don't prune the negative habits, it's just going to make your journey a lot longer. And additionally, the negative habits will just compound over a long time. And when they compound, it'll just be worse and worse and worse, which is 100% what you don't want. There's a saying that, also from the Atomic Habits, that James Clear said is, if you want to predict where you'll be in the future, all you have to do is look at your tiny wins and your tiny losses. Essentially, it's like your small positive habits or your small negative habits. Because on a small time, like as of right now, you may not see the effects. Like, you're young. So let's say, for example, you're smoking or drinking. You may not see the effects get taken into action. But when you look on a 10 to 20 year time scale of you consistently choosing to smoke and drink, when you see yourself in the next 10 to 20 years, you'll be thinking, where did I go wrong? And where you went wrong was the day you started drinking, the day you started smoking, and the day you decided to not put it down. Because it will compound over time. It may not seem like it as of right now. While you're young, you'll seem like it's all fun. But it will compound over time. And when it compounds over time, you will 100% regret it. So, I urge you, prune negative habits, as well as adding the positive habits. prune the negative ones, because it's a double-edged sword. It will save you both sides. So, in summary, you can completely change your life by implementing these 3 things. Shifting your mindset into the mind of the person you dream of becoming. Developing positive habits to build up who you are, and pruning negative habits to allow you more time and energy to work on yourself. So when you prune these negative habits, you will get more time and energy to work on yourself. You'll be able to sleep more. When you get more sleep, you're basically freeing up more time because you're having more energy throughout the day. You're not waking up sluggish anymore. You're waking up ready to attack your day. But that comes by you pruning the negative habit, which is causing you to not have a good quality of sleep. So when you do these things, you prune the negative habits and you build up the positive ones, within 3 years, you'll be a whole different person. Your mind is like land. Whatever you plant, your mind will produce. And it is 100% true. Your mind don't care what you plant. So if you plant negativity, you will reap negativity. But on the best side about it, the positive side about it is, if you plant positivity, you plant success, you plant great news, you will have great news. And another scripture for me to end this and give you some more motivation is Mark 9:23. Everything is possible for one who believes. So after watching this video, if you truly believe that everything I said here is true, or you truly believe that you can actually do it, trust me, you will actually be able to do it. It's just a matter of, do you believe or not? And if you believe, I can't wait to see you in 3 years. And if you don't believe, you can't wait to see yourself in 3 years, because it's not going to be bright. So after watching this video, I hope you took a lot of notes and you are ready to implement them and attack the world. So shift your mindset into the person you dream of becoming, develop the positive habits, and prune the negative habits. Thank you for watching today's video. Please subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. If you're interested in going to the Gold Echelon, if you're interested in joining the Gold Echelon, which is my school community, the link is in the description.